this evening's news. I'm Layla and this is Irene, my colleague. We would like to start with some international news. First, we would like to discuss about the Trump and Putin phone conversation.
So, Layla, can I ask you what are the results of the phone conversation between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin?
In a statement after the call, the White House said, today, President Trump and President Putin discussed the need for a ceasefire and peace in the war in Ukraine. Both leaders agree that this conflict must end with a lasting peace. Well, the statement said that President Trump and President Putin also emphasized the need to improve the bilateral relations between the United States and the Russian Federation, arguing that the blood and resources that Ukraine and the Russian Federation have sacrificed would be used for the good of the people. This conflict should never have happened and should have ended a long time ago due to sincere and good faith peace efforts. The statement continued. The two leaders agreed that the peace process would begin with a ceasefire in the energy infrastructure, along with the technology negotiations on the implementation of the ceasefire at the Black Sea.
What did Zelensky say about that?
In response, Mr. Zelensky said that Kiev supports any steps to the end of the fighting, but stressed that Ukraine needs to be provided with detailed information about the partial ceasefire agreements that the US and the Russian Federation have agreed. And next, we would like to discuss about the Gaza war.
What are the news of the Gaza war after ceasefire?
The Israeli Air Force attacked targets in Gaza City, Rafah, and Khan Yunis. Ramez Al-Amarin, 25, told the AFP News how he carried children to hospital in southeast Gaza City. Well, he said that bodies and limbs are all on the ground, and the wounded cannot find any doctor to treat them. The UN officials have condemned the strike. Hamas responded furiously to the bombardment, accusing Israel of treachery after the ceasefire. It also said that Israel has exposed the remaining hostages to an unknown fate. But Hamas has not yet declared that it is resuming the war. Instead, calling out for mediators and the United Nations to intervene. Trump has not yet commented directly to the strikes. Negotiators have been trying a way forward. The first phase of the temporary truce ended on the 1st of March. The U.S. proposed extending the first phase until mid-April, including a further exchange of hostages held by Hamas and the Palestinians held by Israel. While the assault triggered an Israeli military offensive that has since killed more than 48,520 people, while most of them are civilians, and most of Gaza's 2.1 million population have been displaced. An estimated 70% of buildings have been damaged or destroyed, and the healthcare, water, and sanitation system have collapsed. And there are also shortages of food, fuel, medicine, and shelter. And now, I think that we will move on with the weather news. And now, Aileen, can you tell us about the weather these days?
According to National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, from 17 March, cold air will affect to the north-central, northeast, and some place in south-central. Northeast wind is strong level 3. Coastal area are 3 to 4. Some place have level 6. North region from Thanh Hóa to Huế continue to be cold. Some mountainous areas are very cold. The lowest degrees in north and north centrals are 14 to 17. The mountainous areas have some place or under 10. From Quảng Bình to Huế are from 17 to 19. In south of Vietnam, it is sunny, cloudy. The afternoon and the evenings have some showers or thunderstorm, like wind. In thunderstorm, there are possibilities of tornadoes, hail, and strong wind. The lowest degrees are 23 to 26, and the highest is 31 to 34, and maybe higher. And that's the end of the weather news. Thanks.
Thank you, Aileen, for sharing about the weather news. Now we would like to discuss some domestic news.
So my name's Irene, and now I would like to discuss about some domestic news.
Irene, can you tell us more about developing a project on strategic technology enterprises?
The Prime Minister assigned agencies to develop a project to form large-scale domestic strategic technology enterprises to develop digital infrastructure, digital human resources, and digital data. At a meeting of the Steering Committee on Science, Technology, Innovation, Digital Transformation and Project 6 on March 18, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính requested the developments and promulgations of a national program on technology and strategic industry development. This program focuses on a system of research centers, testing centers, and national key laboratories for strategic technology, while also building the Strategic Industry Development Investment Fund. Agencies need to promote the provision of online public services in conjunction with the arrangement of administrative units, ensuring no work congestion and shifting public services from asking to proactive provision to the people.
And Irene, can you elaborate on Vietnam's diplomatic relations in developing of science and technology?
Vietnam and Indonesia identify science and technology and digital transformation as the main driving force for breakthrough development and high growth in the coming periods. The signing of the letters of intent lays the foundation, opening a new chapter for the implementation on science and technology cooperation programs and projects between the two countries in the coming time. Accordingly, the two sides will promote cooperation in specialized fields, expand cooperation in science, technology, information technology, innovation, and towards building the digital economy and digital partnerships. Vietnam and Indonesia have many similarities in development orientation, aiming to overcome the middle income trap and become the middle income developed country by 2045. Thanks for listening.
And I think that this is the end of our reports, and thank you for your attention.